Hello everyone, my name is Asafa Chakola and today I'm going to present uh, such paper entitled Characterizing and Detecting Malicious Accounts in Privacy-Centric Mobile Social Networks. It's a case study paper, and this paper have been published in the ACM edited proceeding. So my presentation have the following outlines: the motivation, problem statement, objective, method, key findings, and contributions. So when I come to the motivation, nowadays most the email users have suffered from spam or malicious accounts. So malicious accounts have been spread or pushed in multidimensional way. Uh, so uh, the emails that come into our email, the pushed email, uh, and manually the users are manually identified and split into spam folder. So but there's a need of a malicious account detector or spam detector to filter out the unwanted emails from the regular emails. So here is the multiple emails that are received from different senders, and there's end of spam filter here, and the regular email is go to our inbox, and the spam filter sends the detected malicious accounts or spams into the spam folder. So this is nowadays web or email users have suffered in such kinds of issues. So the different risks that needs to be taken into account while we are using the uh, our social media accounts. So most of the hackers have tried to hack or steal our private information that we filled in our online accounts. So we need to be consider our informations when we fill in the online uh, websites or online systems. So most commonly, the uh, hackers have concentrated on stealing information from the IT security or IT industry and from the e-commerce websites for exchanging different uh, transactions like shopping, buying and selling goods using the e-commerce websites, and they targeted mostly high profile uh, personnels and individual information. So the hackers have mostly concentrated on such individuals to steal their private informations or their secure informations. So we need to aware about filling our information online for using the e-commerce websites or using our social media applications. So in the online e-commerce websites or in our social media applications, we need to fill our names, address, home address, work address or school address, and email address, as well as phone number, and banking related information and photo may be required. So the hackers or the malicious accounts have mainly come into using such informations. So this highly secured information, but the hackers also this also the highly productive uh, opportunity for hackers, because hackers use our personal information to use or to steal uh, our accounts by using such informations or such address. So we need to take into account when we fill all these types of secure informations in the online platforms. So when I come to the problem statements, nowadays there's a significant increment of social media users. So the social media nowadays have several significant important. So the social media have used to personal personal process or organizational purpose, and the social media have its own positive effects and negative effects. So some of the positive effects of the social media have simplifies exchanging of messages or making an instant messaging from our friends or from our families with a distance, and to exchange voice or video calls, and to share posting photos, sharing or posting different valued photos on the social media, and making payments for different organizations or for different online using the social media like Line mobile social network, and it is significantly used for item delivery from one country to another country or from one location to another location. And among the large amount or among the positive effects, there is a negative effects of social media. So while the social media users become increased, so there is a negative effects will also increase, and there's the act of malicious accounts or the spread of the malicious accounts significantly increase, and the malicious accounts have the potential to disrupt the service that have been provided by the online applications or mobile applications, and they have spreading fake news and propagating unwanted contents or news or information, and sending unwanted ads when and advertising different product packages, and they send different ads, or it's a push that tends to steal our information when we click the link that comes to the product ads or the advertisement. It leads to another or to take our private information, and that is one of the mechanisms to steal the privacy of the online users. So in this digital world, social media nowadays become a popular or hot research topic, and most of the researchers revealed that there's a need of proposing strong prototype or approach to protect the privacy of the social media users from the hackers. So the objectives of this study were mainly characterizing malicious accounts, and to characterize the malicious accounts, there's a need of extracting features, the valuable or the unique features from the social media users, and identifying the robust features that are valuable for predicting the malicious accounts, and designing a robust malicious account detection method, or developing a prototype. The methods that used in the study were the deep neural network. It used to convert textual messages from a set of predefined or labeled data sets, and the random forest model were used to develop a prototype that is used to characterize the features and used to predict the features that are a malicious account. The word-to-vec approach is the text-to-vector conversion or transformation approach that is to convert words or text message into a numerical vector to use to represent the text or the words into a numeric representation or a binary representation. So for this purpose, the general approach, supervised machine learning approach were used. So when you see the experimental setup, the datasets used for this experimentation were collected from WorldLink mobile applications, and the data were collected from malicious accounts and Bing accounts, and for Bing accounts, this amount of data were collected, and for malicious accounts, this amount of data sets were collected, and the contents of the data set were characterized and were focused on the profile information of the accounts or the users, and their aggregated social activities were considered, and their friend requests sent within a day or within 1 day were considered. And when conducting the experimentation, the data set were split into a training set and test set, as well as validation set. So among the overall data set, 50% were used for training the model, and the 10% were used to validating the performance of the model. In addition, 40% of the total data set were among the total data set were used to test the models, or testing the models, or the performance of the model, the predictive performance of the model. So the features or the attributes that have been taken for this study have been categorized into account related and friend request related features or data attributes. So here is the proposed by the study, and the proposed by the WorldLink taken as a unique, and proposed attributes that are robust, or identified attributes that are robust. This is the highlighted one. For example, this is a gender attribute from the account related category or feature. Is categorized as a robust feature, and the number of points bank cards were also identified as a robust feature, and also the number of friend requests were identified as a robust feature from friend request related features. So his highlighted features were identified by this study as a robust feature. So finally, in this study, the neural network feature extractor were used to extract the account-related features and friend request-related features, and the deep neural network were extract these features, and the characterized features were used by the random forest algorithm or model and the random forest model were used to classify and categorize which features are the have potentially malicious indicates the malicious accounts. So it has a highly performed for the classification of these features and predicting the that identified features as a malicious accounts. So the deep neural network algorithm were used for this feature extraction, where see the case when we give a request message, given a request message M, and we want to learn a function f, so that f of m is an element of 0 and 1 or a binary vector, and that indicates the probability of m being a good request message. So then we model f as a deep neural network. So as a given m is a sequence of characters that with a variable length, and finally we can model f as either a recurrent neural network or a convolutional neural network. So as per this, the finding of this study, both recurrent neural network and convolutional neural network have produced similar accuracy, but convolutional neural network delivers a better runtime performance for categorizing and extracting these features. So in order to measure the friend requests, the friend request volume of the users and the gender of the users, the IP address that the friend request senders use, and the channels of the channels that the friend request sent, and the timestamp were considered the timestamp that the friend request were sent, and the message, or which is the content of the message. Most users have used the default template of the application, and another, like malicious accounts, have used the vague messages in the content. So these friend requests sending methods have been taken into consideration. So in order to characterizing the malicious accounts, when you see the distribution of friend requests based on the gender-wise distribution, so we have two types of users, the being accounts and the malicious accounts. So when you see the basic characteristics of the being accounts, so there's a receiver and the sender, friend request receiver and friend request sender. So the friend request sent from female to female is 34.3%. Female request sent from female to male is 13.6%. Request sent from male to female is 7.2%, and male to male 40.9%. So here, when you see the distribution of all the distribution of the frequent request sent and received is proportional here and here. So when you see the friend request distribution in gender-wise, characterized from malicious accounts, here's the friend request sent from female to male. Female to female is 30.2%. Friend request sent from female to male is 63.2%, and request sent from male to female 2.3%, and friend request sent from male to male is 4.3%. So how much it is have a great difference, okay, when we characterizing this and this one. So the malicious accounts have the tendency to change their gender, okay, from male into female, and mostly they tend to send a friend request to male users. So to get an acceptance and to get trust, there's a tendency to use their gender and changing their gender from male to female. It looks female users. So here's a great difference. Okay, the proportion, the friend request sent from each gender. Here is a proportional that the friend request sent and received by the being accounts. So the different channels used for requesting a friend, sending a friend request. So among these, there is this indicates a group friend request for a group by the being accounts, and here is this one is by the friend request by the malicious accounts. So when you see here's the number that the ID and the number here, or the phone number that WordLink mobile application accepts a friend request by mobile number, and here being users have used highly this one, and name card and the QR code, when we see this one, is more unnecessary and highly used by the malicious accounts here, and LBS is highly used by, or location based service highly used by the Bing accounts, and random message is highly used by the malicious accounts. So in this context, the channels we say that the techniques or the ways that a friend request is being sent and being sent. So popular channels that used by Bing users were location-based service, group-based request, and phone number. And the popular channels used by malicious accounts were QR code, random message, and name cards. So the friend request message characterized by Bing users and malicious users. So when a Bing user send a friend request, they have used their default friend request templates given by the application or WordLink mobile application, and somehow they will have the tendency to change into their nicknames with their real names, and the malicious accounts have the tendency to send a variety of vague or unwanted request messages, and they may use other users' profile picture or photo for attracting the victims or the regular users. So mostly they have the tendency to use the female pictures or photos for sending a friend requests. So to identify this, identify and characterizing this friend request features, qualitatively and quantitative study were conducted on the friend request message or on the features. So the solution for this problem is the machine learning based approach were proposed, and fixture extractor and classifier were used. So the first thing is designing a set of effective features, okay, from the account related features and from the account related set of features and friend request related features. The need of designing and select based basic or relevant features for the model, and the then designing the feature extractor or using deep neural network feature extractor, and training a classifier that predict that is to predict the malicious account. So we use a random forest model or prototype for predicting the malicious accounts. So the findings of this paper is the shows that the performance comparison were made from the previous studies, and robust features were identified as well as large-scale datasets were used, and this N prototype were designed, a real-guard prototype that have been tested on the World Link mobile social media pipeline that have been tested, and the selected approach improves the previous study methods as study shows that. So finally, the robust features were identified out of the all extracted features: the gender, number of friend requests, number of friend requests sent from male to female, or from female to male, or sent to male or sent to female, number of unique IP addresses that have been sent, and number of unique cities based on IP address have been identified as robust features. Some important message from this study where WorldLink mobile social media it is a highly secure platform and have its own privacy security policy. However, it doesn't verify that the QR code at the server side. Okay, so to secure the ping or the ping users from malicious accounts. The study that have potentially identifies the most of the malicious accounts use the QR code of the Bing users to send friend requests. As a contribution of this paper, the use of a large amount of data and a large amount of large scale measurement were used to characterize the malicious accounts in WorldLink mobile social media, and supervised machine learning approach were proposed and deployed in the WorldLink mobile social media to detect the malicious accounts, and the real-guard malicious accounts detection method were implemented on WorldLink mobile social media. As a conclusion, feature-based approach was proposed for malicious account detection, and the supervised learning approach were proposed to combine both the deep neural networks and random forest prototype for predicting the malicious accounts based on the identified robust features, and real-guard model which is tested and which is an effective and accurate for detecting the malicious privacy-centric mobile social network accounts in a case of WorldLink mobile social media. So here, this is some of the references that I have used, and thank you for your time, and thank you, Professor, for your great attention.